Fucking bastard, you. I don't know where it went wrong here. Sorry, everyone. Go away.
His leader are very cross, like Andy Haldane, about the budget warm-up, the weeks of briefings and leaks. So Stride has written to the Treasury's top civil servant this morning asking for answers about, frankly, why it has gone on for weeks and weeks. Not that the Conservatives, of course, ever leaked or briefs any bits of their budgets in advance. That never happened, of course. Not quite the case. Mel Stride, good to have you with us this morning. Let's just start with some questions of principle before we dive into all of this. Is the government too big?
Yes, government is too large in this country. The civil service, for example, has grown by 37% since 2016, and we need to get that under control as part of a wider approach to slimming down and controlling spending so that we can get taxes down instead of them going up
And yes or no?
weighing down on growth as a consequence.
And
That's
yes
at the
or
heart
no,
of this.
are taxes too high?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And did you get the balance between those two things wrong last time?
Well, as I think Jeremy just said, and he's right to say it, we had particular external shocks to our economy. So COVID shrank our economy by over 10% overnight, and we stepped in and protected millions of jobs and livelihoods up and down the country. Nobody at the time was saying we should spend less. Most people were saying we should spend more. And of course, we then had a lot of imported inflation because of the Ukraine-Russia war, and we had to get on top of that. And that came with a price, and that had an implication fiscally, including around taxation. But make no mistake, the big choice at this budget now is does the Chancellor have the backbone to control government spending, particularly in the area of welfare, where some of those costs are spiralling out of control, take those tough choices and therefore not have to start putting up taxes again in areas that are going to damage the economy.
It sounds very much like, though, the government is going to get rid of the limits on bigger families claiming benefits known as the two-child benefit cap. Would you vote against that?
Yes, we believe that that cap is there for a good reason. It's a matter of fairness, I think, that if people want to have larger families and those that are not on benefits have to take tough choices around that, can they afford that decision or not?
So you're telling people to have fewer children?
Well, I think it's important that we have fairness in the system, and there are benefits there for up to 2 children. But if you want a much larger family, then I think individual responsibility should come into play in those decisions. And the other thing is that, of course, what we want actually in terms of people coming out of poverty is to have people going into work and therefore working their way out of poverty, which is what happened.
Not all of us can go back into work, Mel. You have to remember that you were Chancellor of the Department of Work and Pensions. You were Secretary for the Department of Work and Pensions. You were. I remember it. All of you who have ever been in charge of our benefits agency have been scum of the highest order. So you know fine well that lots of people can't go back into the world of work. It'd be dangerous for ourselves and for everyone around us. You're not doing that to me again. I've already had governments try to end me before or force me back into work. Get wrecked. Not doing it. Fuck off. These people, I fucking despise them. Gah. For anyone that turns up, I do apologise. I don't know what's wrong with my stream. I'll see if I can get it fixed. I might need to end the stream and try to bring it back to see if I get my full screen back. Might actually be better.
Under the last Conservative government, we saw 200,000 fewer children in absolute poverty after housing.
Why should children?
Because you changed the fucking goalpost. Every Chancellor since her has done this. Including Gordon Brown. Like I keep on saying, not all Scots are based. Good few of us are, though. Gordon Brown isn't based.
Be penalised because they are in a bigger family. That's not anything to do with the children themselves, and the result of objecting to that policy and not bringing it back is that the children in a bigger family live in households where there might be less cash around through no fault of their own.
As I say, we've had the two-child benefit cap for some time. We took the approach when we were in government to generate an economy that generated jobs, 4 million more jobs as a result of the last Conservative government, and that saw a substantial fall through time from 2010 for that following decade of hundreds of thousands of children coming out of poverty as a consequence. That is the best route to achieving that, not just upping the benefits bill.
So it's clear where your position is on that. In terms of what else you would want to do if you do get back into power next time, you are specifically saying you'd save £23 billion changing the rules on welfare, but welfare spending went up when you were in charge. You're also specifically saying you'd save £8 billion on the civil service, which also grew on your watch. So What's the most convincing argument you can give our viewers why it would be any different next time round?
Well, I think we had demonstrated on the welfare point when we were in office that we were beginning to arrest that rise. So I took through welfare reforms to the work capability assessment, those going on to longer term sickness and health benefits, which the OBR themselves scored as showing getting on for 500,000 fewer people going on to those benefits. The problem is, one of the first things that this government did was to scrap that, then come forward.
Oh, it's charged. That's good. Okay. It's just not on. Come on. Where am I going back? There we go. I will say again, you shifted the goalposts. Stop being a disingenuous bastard, Mel. Really. These people are scum. Look, you've got a mini Katie. I think that's the smallest I've ever had to put myself. You can still see me though. Hopefully you can see all the facial expressions. I have a person. Hello, comrade. Welcome. Carry on, you wank.
Forward with their own botched reforms, which they failed to get through their backbenchers. And that's why they're not in a position to grip this issue.
But that was
because, funnily enough, a lot of the Labour backbenchers aren't ghoulish bastards. Either that or they're being self-interested. You can't do that. All the disabled and working class people in my constituency will get rid of me for a Green or an Independent. Or your party if that whole situation works out. So either we can't be punishing these people anymore, or a majority, I'm going to get voted out. I will leave that up to the individual people in the constituencies here in the UK. My Labour MP voted with the whip. She followed the whip for that one. Delightful. My benefit is separate. My benefit doesn't come from Westminster anymore. It's not part of the Department of Work and Pensions. Mine is from the Social Security Scotland. It is good. It's better than how I was getting treated by the Department of Work and Pensions, which isn't really that difficult because they were treating people like me like scum. Useless eaters and all that sort of nonsense. These people, and I'm including Laura in this one, just stay down there, Laura. I don't think you'd get a very good welcome back here in your home city of Glasgow. Just saying.
Almost at the tail end of a very long and chaotic period in government when welfare spending over time had gone up. So again, what is the most convincing argument that you could make to people that it'd be any different next time around?
Well, as I say, Laura, judge me by what I did when I was Secretary of State at Work and Pensions, which was...
I am. I am, trust me, Mel.
To take through changes that would have seen almost 500,000 fewer people going on to those longer term benefits. We'd also gone through a consultation on personal independence payments that was interrupted by the general election, but that would have led to further savings in an area where growth has been very high. What does this government do? It's got the TIMS review into personal independence payments, and it's made it very clear in the terms of reference for that review that they will stick to the OBR's numbers. In other words, they will accept that welfare will continue to go up. It's not...
Between 48 and 50% of the benefits budget is paid in pensions. So that is people who have reached retirement age, whatever age it was for them. Nearly half of the benefits budget is the pension, just one element of the benefits budget. Mine's people who are disabled, people who can't go back into work, who are long-term ill, with many complex health conditions, 15%. Winter fuel allowance, 1% of the benefits budget, I hasten to add, not the overall budget, and they were treating it like it's some sort of massive amount. It fucking isn't. It wasn't. pension credits. I can't quite remember. It's under 10%, I believe, of the benefits. But no, well, that would be included in the pensions part as well, I believe, if I'm correct. So out of work and disabled is 15. In fact, fuck it. I'll bring it up. Benefits budget. Fucking. I can type, honestly. Overall spending. UK. So 24% of total government spending. The largest share of this spending goes to pensioners, like I said, with benefits for working age people and children making up the next largest portion. So that's out of work. People who have job requirements, or they have to do things like agreements and stuff like that you sign when you sign on and stuff when you go to the benefits office or the job centre. Housing and disability benefits also accounts for billions. Fuck. Bugger it. No. Go away.
Fair that very hard-working taxpayers who get up early in the morning, go out and work, do the right thing, end up paying for these additional benefits, which are actually themselves a drag on the economy.
Well, it's always worth remembering that most people who claim benefits are in households who work. It's a big part of the debate here, but the OBR, the Office for Budget Responsibilities, the independent forecaster, they're also, like you, going to have a very busy few days. Mel Stride, thanks very much indeed for coming in to speak to us this morning. Now, governments have big responsibilities to us all when it comes to looking after the country.
Okay, fun. People. Oh, hoi, hoi. Ooh. What's this one? Oh god, I forgot that was today. Fuck it.
Hello and welcome to a very special Downstream IRL here at Earth Hackney. You may have heard of this guy, Zach Polanski. I don't know if this is just your training as an actor, but you look happy to be here.
I mean, it's a very, very lovely cheer. Thank you very much, everyone.
You told me something backstage.
Imagine if I went, no, I'm actually really, really anxious and upset. I want to be anywhere but talking to you, Ash.
What? You know, my husband told me the exact same thing earlier today. You actually told me something backstage which I really think that you ought to share with the group, something about a hidden talent.
Ash, I can't believe you're doing this to me. So today, Spike, the right-wing journalist, put a picture together of me and Mamdani and said the failed theatre kids. As if comparing me to Mamdani is something that's going to, make me upset and really cry.
Yeah, I know. Rejoice. Rejoice, everyone. Danlaith Alba, here on Twitch, and John the oh, fucking hell, everyone. And John the Brazen. Hello, Mr. the Brazen. Yeah, I know, I don't know what went wrong. I updated my Streamlabs on Friday, and when I went to go in, it was like this. I just went in and checked yesterday, well, essentially Saturday, and I thought, oh, not again. I don't know what went wrong. Someone helped me fix it the last time, and Rejoice, the resident philosopher. Hi, Scribby. Hello, hello. You've got a mini Katie. I'm more interested if everyone can see Ash and Zach than they can see me. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, that is good, so I can pause and say yes, this is correct, great question, Ash, things of that nature. I did just cover fucking Stride and explained why he's wrong. Please remember that man was in charge of the Department of Work and Pensions as a Tory. He's now Shadow Chancellor, and he's irrelevant, really. But I still like to counter what the wanker has to say. It is glitchy as hell, John. It is. I got it on the cheap when I started streaming. I got a heavy discount for the first 18 months of me streaming. And I'm paying a little bit more, but it's still less than 20 quid a month. Which is good. Mostly. It's cheap enough, but yeah, it's well, you can tell. Not happy girl here. Very kind of pissed off last with this sort of situation happening again. I've lost track of how many times I've been put in portrait mode. You get Streamlabs for free, and that's even worse than what I'm paying for. So I thought, fuck it, pay it and get something slightly better, and it's just as bad as the free version, really. Because I got tempted by that initial first offer for when I first started streaming, I jumped on it saying, hopefully it'll be better than the free version. And lots of other lefty streamers are all OBS. There's only a few of us. I think Maple Takes might be Streamlabs Ultra like me. Over in Maple Land. But everyone else, like Shanna, Raptor, Kev, Helena, they're all OBS. They're all the free version. I tried OBS to begin with. My first 3 streams were OBS, and I didn't really like it. So I thought, fuck it, I'll jump on that offer. And went with Streamlabs. Settings. Give me a second. Settings. Video. Ah, for fuck's sake. Why is it not letting me do that? Let's put me back on it. Right. I'm going to end to see if that works. Thanks for